So I'm sure by now you've probably heard the statement, or maybe somebody put the math together, that in order for you to be able to get a PC that can be the equivalent of a PS5 or the Series X, you have to spend at least around $1,500. If you've watched this channel long enough, you know that's a big fat lie. I've basically spent out of my own pocket to basically put builds together that are way under, even under the amount of money it will cost you to run your PlayStation 5 or even Series X console. And I've built a PC that matches it in some cases, and even in a case just recently, it obliterates it for under $700. Now, the $700 price tag is the fact that you buy your PlayStation or your Series X for around $500. You pay more for your subscription services, and you also pay a little bit more per game at launch on console than on PC. I'll show you guys the number very soon. However, I want to point your attention to this comment the other day. We were having a conversation and I highlighted something. It wasn't even about PC gamers, but this person, I think they probably have the same perception, and they said, and no offense to them, I think this is a misconception that goes on. People aren't going to convert from a $500 box to an equivalent $1,500 PC. And then he goes on to make his point. I think his point was solid, but I think this is, again, one of those misnomers that finds itself into the conversation. So let's go ahead and demystify what is going on. Now, lately, I've been looking at these PC prices and I've been trying to figure out what in the world is going on, because, if you kind of look at what, you might have, if you look at pre-built PCs, I think this is coming from the pre-built side in terms of pricing. And a lot of people who are new to the market usually go there first. How much does a gaming PC cost? And when they look at how much a gaming PC costs, they will be simply misdirected in a sense, or I would say at best they will be, misinformed if they actually go with this paradigm. This is why whenever anybody's telling you to actually move to PC, they say build a PC. So let's go ahead and look at a comparison side by side. I got an email from Micro Center advertising some pre-builds, and they put this build here for $999. And so I looked at this build very well and I said, what is $999? And then I was like, oh, this is where people are getting this information from. Now, when I went on my own and I actually put the build together, I realized that this build is literally about $309 cheaper than the one that has been pre-built over here, having in its own right a terabyte of memory in terms of how much you can buy, in terms of storage, 16 gigs of RAM, an i5-13400F, an RTX 4060, a Wi-Fi based motherboard and Bluetooth based motherboard, and nothing specifically special with $999. In fact, if I built you a $999 computer, I would touch 4K. Easy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I will be like sitting with 4K. I won't be dominating 4K, but I'll be sitting with 4K looking like, yeah, but we'll dominate 1440 in terms of gaming with ease. At $999? Nah, bro. So I went ahead and I ran the numbers. So let's go ahead and look at the specs, the key features, because if you scroll down, the computer will tell you what exactly is in it. So you can go on the marketplaces, Newegg, Amazon, BH, anywhere you buy your hardware, and you can compare. Now, keep in mind, these are prices in the United States. The prices will vary where you are depending on your region. So an i5-13400 is $135. If you go on B&H, if you want to basically get a bonus pretty much on your tax, a refund, you can use B&H's Paybu, and they usually price their items to be close to places like Amazon and still beat it with a few dollars, but you don't have to be saddled with the taxes. So you can buy a CPU of, I would say, equal capacity on the AMD side for a little bit less, or maybe the same. I think a Ryzen 5 5600 might be the close equivalent. But even still, you wanted to buy this particular CPU because of DDR5, it is still $135. Then you move into the GPU, which is an RTX 4060, 8 gigabytes. That is a $300 graphics card. In fact, I think it's somewhere around $298. You get a $2 discount depending on where you're buying from. And then when you move into your case, that is of your choice. Your power supply, about $40 will buy you a good 500-watt power supply, actually well ranked and rated. RAM is $35. I was shocked that DDR5 RAM has finally come down to earth with us, because at first it was actually quite expensive to get DDR5 RAM. But now DDR5 RAM in front of everybody's eyes, let me go ahead and zoom in on this so that you guys can actually see the specs very well. DDR5 RAM has now basically shifted to the regular pricing of us human beings on Earth. That's how technology is. It comes out all yelling and then eventually tell it to shut up. And then the prices are going to come down to us normal people. And then for storage, this does have 1 terabyte of storage. My price here is $45 for about 512. And then if you're looking at a sale, $50 or $52 was what I saw the Team Group, which is Newegg's own in-house brand. 1 terabyte they were selling for about $53. Wait a little bit for some sales that just pop up based on anything. They'll just sell you hard drives and storage drives for very cheap. This is something that, you know, I know many people may not know outside of the PC space, but those of you who've been here, you just know how to wait for storage, because many of us play more games, we do videos and all this stuff, so we buy a lot of hard drives. So we don't buy them at top dollar unless you're in dire need. So that's something you need to pay very close attention to. Now, coming out at $698 and some of your elbow grease compared to $999 of this particular build, I'm quite surprised that even though this may be one of the more affordable, you know, pre-builds because it's from Micro Center and some sites, it is still insanely more expensive than if you actually put it together by yourself. So this misconception has come from this place where people are looking at pre-builds and they'll argue as if they really do believe that these computers cost this much, when in reality they do not. And please, I don't want to hear somebody tell me that you can't put a gaming PC together. That's not what we're talking about, because we know that putting a gaming PC together is not rocket science. Freaking Superman, Henry Cavill, who's a Hollywood actor, has one of the most viewed PC build videos because you just follow instructions and you just do it. Not saying you're all a Henry Cavill, you know, but this is somebody, you know, who is in a whole different dimension of, you know, his own trade and his own art, and he put one together. So at the end of the day, I think it's more about information more than anything else, and misinformation, because a lot of this stuff continues to run all over the place. And as I continue to see it, I'll continue to call it out. I'm going to make another video where I'm just going to basically go to the second, you know, PC that they showed me in the email, and I'm going to price out the parts, and I'm going to show you how there is basically a premium markup on pre-builds, so that this way a lot of people are very aware of what it is that they're going into. So thanks so much for watching the video. I appreciate you guys' time and audience, and hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.